to be a waste the figure now water for that mono. Chemicals a mumano, and no mosa, and the new Diane Eddie. You can't a buying penny for say, young for evidence and match from one son, almost one more. Where your MPP NDC, where your man no Dutch in tea, where your man upon Mudinti, to Madaroma, Mama young for evidence way, near found comma a buying, not buying who, near can't say yes, Sereno. Niema ye anano na entumi ankwanti galamsey na okaseti aye na eno na oya ose ye bonse mano no ye bonse mo mana enyeyi huntumi nkoso a enye ade a wokaseti aye no kre ye nyina ye gitum se ye anano no ye ntumi enya so mfaso na wo ye a ose ye bonse mawo abaya abetwam including ono ankasa omampani mahama na breso or the soldier for room near Galamsey for near Bomo, near the Omoko court, near Shechan fan, near Yashi excavators, a BNua a 2 years winning. And Nunti, and our man Penny John Dramani Mama near Ban Penny for. Yeah, caught into election 2024. No, Omonde Bosha Makumaku and Siama, yes, how Bosha the dear. O minor to a Bama no Bayam Penia or Besha Swaye. Or Bayano, Bosha any more than Mayano, a Mubako Quenua, why, and no. In a higher no, and no pay Yadi said, and say, Abai, and this Amayoko, or Mampeni, yes, row, Bosh now the Mayano, yet the evidence now, share, Nedis are Bosh the so. That's a this year would this one, at least, Yabena, I want to be said, and she shall now the Babano, Ayasun Kunti, a beer and no, a bet to me aboa. Sisiana, what Yatum say, go that West 40 of my way, Muka Bruchino. And move more than 60%. Utofi galamsey for what you dear. And my yam shishi and say, one check, that's a yamaya no idea. Me a my near idea. Baby, a winner will seek a free idea. One jar, whom to an amoa would be basis yam home. The Agana Mike and say, Sikaniana would yamay. By a shay young quan, near Chessica, your befa young quan. It's you any free galamsey for Sicanoso. Na boy young quan who buy. Now we are no quack a camaya. Ye beboso ajoso ye MPP amayoko ye engine this senior NDC amayoko e de galamsey ye politics no ye nso ye ne sa ye gidi se nioma bebre wo ho a NDC aban no omuntumi ye omen troka anya galamsey nko na ye hia na yetumi de tu NDC amayoko amembo boni ye firi so eti ye betumi yusu bibia ba galamsey de ye mfan ye politics na mom ye tu ye ho asi wo se saban ni tu anamo a ebebo a yen yade ho beka won abo no ene ya NDC fo nyina ade omo akodi galamsey yimu a apadencha is ye ko ho apadencha is chairman e wo camera so a o ye galamsey a ono soldier fo akun e ma ye ni da so ene ya attorney general ankasa atrama security agency say vice chairman of the NDC national organizer of the NDC ojidi say omo ye galamsey de ye yemu hihie ene ya I win traditional council actual petition abro mampeni say NDC MP wa win omugidi say oya galamsey e ma ye yem hihie ene ya ene ye ba ye nam yi bebi aba rabia ye say NDC for site bebi aba rabia ye say NDC for site e ma ye yem hihie say senia NDC for mpeni for de omo ho akodi galamsey ni mu no se amaye ni ayeden ne yankasa de ya wan hwa na mampeni ne NDC aban no oman bebi afa ho yesremo yebu nkotoje siramu se omoni omo NDC party for na ewura galamsey site nkasa no mo kan kire omo se omadaroma se betumi a omo njai na ye man no daachi no yentumi embo ho ban hama ese a wo say amo abaso abechi yen ba ye hwede nso ye ya omampani ye bo abaso a enye ye ye kobisa so a wo se enkofa evidence emra enne ye nyina ya ba ha se hwede a ekosoi amanfo wa ha nya nsuo na omanom president tesia wo se sika wunya wo gold board ene gold hunti ama ho asem aye odin omampani untimi emfa sika wunya ho na wo ma amanfo wa ha enya ensu papa enom de a ne je so omampani ye koya na se ye bai ye pawuchow we de ye srew wo se yanka ne ama wa ba so a omampani wo bechi yen but ye koso e die wadawroma ye koto srew pede mahama wo de wa hwe o
NDC for mu nyina mo hwe bi nti nsuoi se ne atie yakase ye koso ahwe ni se yi a ebede na manfo anya bi anom central region so yentu gold wo ha ba bia enso so ehun susu aso nti ema mu nya ensuo nom president mama yakoto srewo president mama yakoto srewo wadaru matie yesufre tie yesufre na mahafo enya ensuo nom na magana galamsey yi emrase wa na wo ka ye se wo ba wo the state of emergency beba because wo catch the president Akufo-Addo wo so be president ni bi eti ade nti na wo de wo timi enya ade no ma ye nyina ye hontoe ye srew se ni abrofo ni tie bia abrofo ni tie bia a felito fosu kwati echechem se ye nti ase se ni tie bia no declare ni entimi enya ntupa no medamasi
montana se ho na choice na mo make ye no o make sense out of it. Said the bear 2028 dura, Mubesuen Yansa, no more to Abapa. I'm say a man for Shasiat or Muhwasi say. The president is a certain president, Q-net president. Only be the mouth. A deceiving. Now president Utimekan you say Bompire, now there are hard times ahead of us. One day galamsey di Ghana. One day galamsey di Ghana. But ubisa o president now. To him no, bibi ekoso kama. So there is no need to fight. IGP timi building men. Polisi fo ankasa polisi fo takum fo. Swag omo ho edina omo nima kon. So munko wulam no money galamsey for no nkokona yempa momo emfiri nsuo no ho a Joseph Yami to me trete wa o president no John Mahama or a week Kevin Tere to me trete no na ne ho popo I Kevin Tere to me traba bi owo o trete guy we ya na John Darega ne ho popo no sa kwa no ti Kumase Syria Ghanaian se friend Joseph Yami etimi trete wo sitting president ne say enkromfo na ye de omo koguwuram so omo nko na omo nkoko emfantia ona wo tu sika kokko wo kwambone so no yempa momo emfiri forest num na ono no Joseph Yami ni NDC fo omo ntumi nya kwanya ense yo man no ye forest ye nsuo ene ye nsas. Within 3 days, now John Mahama to me declare say the IGP men who were out there to fight against galamsey no, they should all come back home. Obiam free with them. That is what is happening. Etiena me no ka say galamsey no ebekoso akoso because wura no fiura no papa no ono no ni adaje mamo otwitwa bia ye lay oti Jubilee House wo Oti Jubilee House no receive a manfo. Enti wa obeba yenka se wenvre pumu eduru no ojaw ma wo ye de ope. Ye de oman no aye nangwa asidwa. Usika dodo ene kire de ode bekofie. Ye de oman no aye nangwa asidwa. Usika ne dodo ene kire nam dodo a ode bekofie. We na say epe. We have moved from a positive position to one of the lowest level of nation. Ene omanya utim ene na yeko ha ochina yekumwe wo ha ade beche mobile money vendor na yaboni tu ha ochina yesi arm robbers nano German South former MP for German South yaw mafo efene ya mafo am robbers yakobroko no from Brekum to Drobo ya broko na agene ho niam nyina yi ne ho naked no gina ka akwa mfimfini a certain former president a former president yes am robbers ya china gina ho yi ne ho niam nyina ayi ne ho sika nyina ene ya gya no gina ka akwa mfimfini siasi we ne ye pa ese efataye Fataye because Mahama oni Ghana fo ni ye na oni Ghana fo ni ye da oni adwene ma Ghana fo da Yawadi bi the Ohwene said he want to build a kind of a rich and a strong family. Mahama family. Say ebe one of the richest in Africa. Etoba ye. All what he's interested and say Nimya Ibrahim Mahama. Obenya good portion of the Ghana resources, no wa manage na what to community wealth. What to community wealth wonya ne ho eno na hia Mahama. Enti oba ye within shorter time what mama to force na kwakoye the West African Development Bank chairman. Okoya within shorter time bank na timiama Ibrahim Mahama 100 million facility some fan konkwaje mines bi no nye hwadwuma. Kan we say Mahama be fra kunwa so Sunday a day before handing over otumi katana need the boxer the ankasa Ghana for in a boxer eton manimia at no price. Amose maso edre Ghana for say aso edre adentia Mahama wo positioner onim kwan obefa so obedefe Ghana for Se John Darega at your positioner, na numu kasa ede adentia oye froster oye goroman oye very good trickish oye very good scammer, so he knows how to scam people. What to me a scam even the nurses or no better than kunyaso oja won ofie one for one adwuma, a teacher for one for one adwuma, a teacher for the nurse for na omoko sukua na sabra no mu hia some support. See for the teachers training alawa and nursing training alawa. Papa ni timi Jesus sika no firi wo nsam but Tracy Boache de otimi to apartment de mano esi dan akese de mano eskoto dan wa amano ne de mano. Be papa ni timi ba bontin san eyeden ede na numu kasa etumi be deceive enkrofo no mo suffer under his administration no e mo sansan lie ekoto aba de mano menne ozo president. Jack, wajimia ye dream falso da be betria falso mimia or say Anthony Mwakwaba. So see wajimia, people will walk over you, people will use you for their benefit. That is what is going on. And no minor yetimuno John Delegate na mane Mahama mayati asese ye kagana foa eneni NDC for me se uko NDC for no sumu a ye were levels of human being e wan NDC MP before the yenye Ghana for kure yenye nipa NDC for na ye nipa but uko NDC no sumu a ye were levels, ye were the higher level, ye were supreme level, ye were high level, ye were medium level, and ye were yen can say lower class level, and ye were sangwas for ankasa omono de ye the banche among any one and a solve problems. I am the banche any one and a solve problems. And to the economy, right Mukaya Kwawe, I have the video here. Asemo Kaya. Akwawe ene kwejina brikuma akwatia openly in front of cameras. Etiente mukase onono so okoto the minority leader in parliament ya enkobene de nka obekum no. Papa we ne kan sa asem no see you know. Na Mahama ye want to say the onte kurada onte ye and I'm so me kwachi abrom ye the pressure gu ni so ano ene setting no asan ye adwuma biem ye the picture we aba beto abonten be deceive ye nse e no kore se wache sa papa we na me be ma don't let people deceive you e entro e nkontompo e boss le muka e just deceiving message omoboa omunchi obia ye de bedada wo na won so adwen say bia and this fo binom e den e face the justice omoboa e entro de nti e entro ne say ye chi abronye they make it clear the court in which he was sent to. Police station I didn't call ye my who ye. Aqua we on azoka nso ye see achino. Why ne who azoka picture bi wa bonten say achino. Why ne who abra de azoka ko police station na say ye didn't call court. Sa na omo bese be deceive ye e wade we hu say omo ache aqua we. Ai hwenanim. Me ma me akua from me mo akwa aba. Sa so na dollar man wo so me mo akwa aba. Another lie kesi omo de bre ne so omo ache aqua we betenya no kore. Omo nchi obia. It is just certain, just to make it feel because as same we see here, yeto akwati abai ewie ye on the 2nd of September na yeto abano, and then 15th. It is even more than 2 weeks. And then the publication you about bontin say achano ade na oko bosome so ana. Ha? Akwa we na oko bosome so. Ana no kwa America na eba ne saying ene ekwa akwachi no. This is all because said ya yakasa fa ho, said ya yede afa ho, said nsema akwa we kan ye na ento asum na enya de bia o se police fo timi gina papa we nchen man kan nsema eti sent no aye gusu aye kanti no ene ye the publication bi ba abedisivu Ghana fo na Ghana for agiatum say Mahama eye ho. Mahama is the ho. He's the ho. Abusenti de ekono. John Darigade onya de papa bia edimo bia. Enti mfo wani daso emfo wani nkoto bibi so ewo Mahama mamom. Se wo pese wunya ani daso bi wabra bomo a dwene se 2028 obeto abapa ama yewura and Yewura Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia aba be di president. Se woto aba ete saade a ene obetumi anya ni daso obi ewo wabra bom. Na se wo so di wani beto Mahama so. Se Mahama be ye bibibi, Mahama na djuma be ma ho atawo a, menua be ma. O ye den, o ha ho. Because promises o mo make ye ni nyina no. In 9 months, aban we na ye the first ever president elect and a president being in 9 months. Ni huwa yehi. Nana Dankwa for his 4 years. He was a fantastic darling guy for the whole Ghanaians. Mahama just 9 years. Ni huwa yehi. Because you be on kanokre. Or you kontomponi or you nabramba. Enoni yene. Imame Paulina Amchi. Ni mwakwaba yepa. Na yento aso na yenko yanim ti Mahama ene ne nkwasi asem
ba kwa me pe wo do Mahama woni se ojubia otiwei usu kanu elmo oyo damfu hu enyeru doctor kom go strike obepammo etua moka eti John Dramani Mahama nyamisro so wo ta titi sum no ewo mu won pentie Ghana for yesu
enti eno ano Mahama de mfo wani ntu ne suo no omfa ho kura o kano na oye ne mo na busie ti Mahama nsem bia na o kano wo ha o tie
when you are looking for your votes President Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, said, we shall open the opportunities of this country to all Ghanaians, irrespective of your party or your ethnic affiliation. Do you remember he said that? So, we did the revolution, and he came to power. Now that the pigs are enjoying, they say some Ghanaians are more Ghanaian than others.
And to repeat the same thing, sir. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo betena Ghana konwa so enam kwan ofa so a obu oban no enam kwan onam so a obie the opportunity for everyone entino enam so mo no ankasa ni party for ma eda so e criticize no se minya bi kura nka na minya hwe kura nka attorney offense and OSP. All the 2 OSPs Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo appointed omo, they were not NDC men. They were not MPP men. No, background of being an NDC. Bernardo appointed Bernardo can say he's going to open the opportunity for every Ghanaian, no matter your party affiliation or your tribe. I think Bernardo was right and he did it. But who Papa who would there? He bet me I can say, I no correct. So Bejina can say the Ghana is in a mess. So we should vote for you so that you come and reset it. But we do ye and now quote more enjoy, you know. Now that you picks are enjoying, no. More mayati wants to say there are difference between Ghanaians and Ghanaians. And they say, and this for a very welcome NMPP for Yentu Mungu because Obaye Yehu Nurse for our pamomo. Abanye Juma ye for ahodo our pamomo kogu fie adentia osi they belongs to MPP. Yehu police for near soldier for near fawon ashewon and tadia Obaye osi they are not part of your party and for that reason you have sent them back home. And Mahama, the same be ohona oka you are a statesman. Sabre no opposition. But the way supposed to believe say you are a statesman. You cannot call a certain president the pigs are enjoying. Mahama someone can you? Or say now that the pigs are enjoying. Sabre we man prekono. Omuji omwani no. Omusi Ghana no. Ghana for no. It will more Papa. I think said this message, you know, we can actually say His Excellency John Dariga Dramani Mahama, when he wanted your vote, he came out there and said, he is going to open the opportunity for all Ghanaians. But now that the pigs, the NDC pigs are enjoying, he's telling us to say there is difference between Ghanaians and Ghanaians. This message is directly to John Dariga Dramani Mahama. We can fix you directly into this message because what's them now okay, you know. And no one near esefata. Papa me say, asem na okay is a see, you know. And no one near a woman na ya to abama no. Effective kama. Effective very well. It's Beka perfect. And also a soul hunamu. It is like you. Effective kama pa. It's now a be to say when on crop for more enjoy no. Open someone say MPP for we are different from other Ghanaians. John Dariga, this is what I wanted to tell you concerning this video that you made. Yanto asuni enko ya nim na nsem ho ne. Nsem ho ne say mokai akwawe. Yanto ase. Papa we ne ho aba asem bebre. Ne ho asem aba ne say when he was in opposition or can sama hodo bi ene amakwa we ogira microphone nima he cannot see when the interview will finish. Ogira microphone nima na okasa publicly a kwasi ampanyi no kujata brakwa okojina nipa nim na okasa utumu se ne ho popo no pa he cannot or count on time when the speech will finish. Adentia because wake can sembe no ma ene aso ne mene ono ankasa onhu de onka yentie no ha concerning galamsey.
The incoming President Mahama, just as he has announced that he will set up a commission of inquiry on looted lands, I am hoping that he will set up a commission of inquiry on galamsey. We must identify all the actors from the top. I'm not interested in these errand boys who are in the pits. The real masterminds, the cabal, the doyens, they must be named and shamed. They must be sanctioned. And I will wish that we totally stop small-scale mining. Let's just ban it for a period. Let the environment rest I don't mind 10 years.
You mean illegal or both?
Both.
But people have licenses. People have made investments.
It doesn't matter.
Legitimate licenses.
It doesn't matter. Look.
Unless you are prepared to pay a lot of.
We must.
A lot of compensation.
If we are not willing to take radical steps, then let's forget it. Let's forget it. Look, a lot of these licenses. Are you aware that there are licenses in forests? Licenses that should not have been granted in the first place.
But that's different. I mean, that's different. Yes.
So
if there are licenses that are illegitimate that were unlawfully granted.
So look, we are saying that we are not interested. In any case, what are we getting? You've seen all the reports, the smuggling that goes on.
You're getting, this year alone.
As compared, what is officially registered, as compared to the smuggling, what actually other countries are getting, is peanuts. Commission of inquiry, we go after the real McCoys, we sanction them, we place a total ban for a good number of years to reclaim our environment, to restore our water bodies, and then after 10 years, we can really decide on what we do. If we are not willing to take radical steps, anchored with integrity of leadership. Because look, under the name of they are sponsoring parties, who are those they are sponsoring? Who are those they are sponsoring? Those of us close to party financing, we know the struggles it is to campaign and to I mean, who are they? They go and identify a few people. They themselves are the ones financing themselves out of their nefarious activity. Have you ever been approached by any small scale man? I don't know them. These so-called galamsey people. Who are they sponsoring? Who? And at where? Please, let's go after the real McCoys. Let's have this commission of inquiry. Let's punish people. Let us stop this small-scale mining for a considerable number of years. Let's let our environment, which we have so raped and brutalized, breathe. Because this is a survival issue. And I will come back to the complicity of this notorious Lands Commission. Since the minister has invited us to this national debate, we will have the national debate. I'll come back to that.
All right.
Enti Miriam Sauti ni yepa. Kwasi ampanyini we bra not opposition no. No say we should put ban on small scale mining. Esen consider then Minister of Land and Natural Resources so you notorious. Miriam Samodo Kuno memwakwa bapa. Temi yepa. Dolaman. Sa Jimmy foreign minister way. Auto opposition no. Or say yemfa band them to their best so small scale mining so. No matter either you have lances or you don't have lances. Mano, yen shut down the mining sector of the Ghana's economy because of say galamsey say Ghana ye nema say ye Japade or say ye Dutch. Menene ya adwene. But I have a question for Kwasi Ampanyi no Kujata Brakwa. Okujata Brakwe ene you are cabinet minister because you the minister of foreign affairs. And the minister of foreign affairs automatically no osanso a cabinet minister. France I was saying kayen some fight. Have you proposed that to your Darega Dramani Mahama? What proposal? 9 months in you. And now me no say Abushamfo from Asadedonko Eratsus. I don't know. And a journalist what to ni who see wa on ne galamsey for ko kwaye no nu kira ene 99.9 galamsey so more Ghana nyina mo ye ndisi for enkrofo mo hye wuram a mo tu galamsey e wo Ghana mamu ene no 99.9 omo nyina e ye ndisi for na Edruba bina ye kase Mahama eye the galamsey kena enye for joke omiya bra Mahama breso first time Mahama bedi Ghana konya eye sabre no mu na galamsey sha ase o Ghana mamu mechanic galamsey je kufo breso ya anti galamsey ho asem but Mahama bedi Ghana konya ne nkwasia bilateral agreement ne relational on China for e continue e no kwasa China prisoners edi omobegu Ghana no mutu nkwasia galamsey enentia yewura na nado danko akufado bedi Ghana maya na galamsey agi Ghana maya fa because yeti ye man no mu dada no yeti ye man that since 19 kwajo ho Ghana for nkra omote the areas a yenim se gold wo ho no omokoda bia akoye pole ekotutu to gold bi hohoro edi twa omanum. They have done it for very long time, but a situation of which we are living today ebi ensida until when akwa ya Mahama yema na kwanya mani bedi Ghana konya all the China for bina na ebubo mudin dia kese ashanwan ne hwan ne hwan enye na nado aban so no mo setre wo Ghana wo eyan dis breso no mo be setre Ghana na the enti John Daligan to me am fight galamsey in his first time and say na nam set say ne ya and this form painful na no mo ne China for na ye galamsey no wo man no and this form painful and I know moye galamsey wo manum. Enti ya dibi ananado came in and inherited it. But and I'm saying this for no money campaign message intino. Akwabi di se okuja tabra kwa. Etume jina bonten akwusi nanado as ono na di galamsey ba o manum. Ene maybe se okuja tabra kwa se. Nanado enti aban mu biem. Yewura nanado danko kufad enye president biem. MPP aban MPP amanyokuo omoni tumi bi ewo oman no mane biem. Sa nipa no so ye notorious foreign minister no onye foreign minister biem. Sorry, onye land and natural resources minister biem. Ene the land and natural resources omo minister no oyandis na efe na amamoa. Enti ban saying ena galamsey ene ayawos na bu share video we na ti the commentary na e wa chire no na bisa me say where are we going as a country where
they meet the press series on galamsey amount for ne ma nyaje omodwen say dia the time president baby na eya say ye be ye adwuma we nyina say ye bo ye kwaye ho ban ye bo ye nsu ho ban sebe sani ema no eni ho mami Erastus ana obi a wo ho mai nyina bo ye ho ban na ye si tu agudie na ye betu no kwan pa so no ya kata ye ni ye bone na obi de ne ho asi ho IGP nkofwe me no mo na nenam enti ni a president kafa omo ho ene ni amanfo kafa omo ho emu entro amanfo twa sani ebe ya ebe pa mo omo free field na omanya kwan abora forest reserve akoye adwuma na ya ese areas a omo pamo galamsey for free editi omo excavators ebe parking wo Kumasi depot ofin shelter belt omo CZB wo Gimira extension forest reserves ni nyina wa twampo no omo echichi amanfo GG excavators ede begu depot Kumasi obekaya regional security liaison officer next try so be yi science excavators let you hosa their man and call for and ye gina musa daddy ye dwen and almost are the excavators in the bay. And then, sa areas now, IGP go for the year, Jumani na. Because of near CI redraw, IGP go for and then omu kwekwetu asa borwe mu enti oko eye offin shelter belt anyo futu section Jim amafo kwekwetu metro men any ade excavators gumu ho pese na otwe be ni omugro last week me ka ho asem obi ankopamo omo this week ne saka ho asem official tablet ha apenko section so metro men for go party executives NDC party executives for NSO mukutupa bro no so mo ejuma.
Did you just say that?
Jimira extension forest reserves so amafo gum
asem na oti and oti ne yie pa enye nipa boni binum na free man fufuro bi so eye galamsey na ekoso ayede se nso no eye NDC men regional executives binom district commanders binom ena omo epu galamsey ne dendende enti se me hwe video we na me kokobon kwase video bi ebi te se de na okuja tabra kwa ekesa te se de Mahama anase NDC fo omunim bibia fa galamsey ho a na mebuafu hima me ama you are welcome, you are not late, we are almost at the middle, you are welcome. Sami jasi nso mo akwaba semi tie video we evidence yo, these are evidence based videos ye chichi excavator say ye chichi a na regional chairman bi akogina say yemfa ma no mfa ma ne nkrofo NDC regional chairman yasesa mfidie na mfi wura mba bi omodi di abro na ye di seizes omuntumi nya adwuma no na NDC regional chairman timi anante pam akọ police station ho se yemfa mfidie no ma no mfa ma ne nkrofo IGP nkrofo so omoko galamsey no for real so a eno so John Mahama ankasa pamwo afi ngurenum so omunya ma Joseph Yamin ene ne nkwasiafo no eni agro na yenya Asante regional minister young guy on the TikTok so hey yehuna man Asante regional chairman na yenya no yo gab media me am akwaba na yenya Asante regional chairman yankasa on the TikTok so ena mpatamu ho Asante region nie se western region nie ebom na yes sensu na wayi nani ana o TikTok any Facebook o din some phone when we get the atu ene you see why Ghana for your pensema de ye probi onimu dada ye probi onimu nsema mfaso ni soka. That is what we like and that is what we follow. Na okuja tabra kwa Nyankopon hatasoro ene betua ne kapa Nyankopon ebetua ne ka na ye koyanim he akwa we nso yo gap I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. Sa akwa we se fene feris ofusu kwache enkontompo ni bia ni wiase o chene feris ofusu kwache o mi wiase amebaayem akwa we ne yetimi koto no. Okay, don't worry, Miriam. But we call life for me. I want to come there one day. I will try to make sure so one time I will come. Papa, will join friend of Fusukwachi? Or you contemplate to the highest level. We need to make a change so near bash a dime. You can video Ojinaho. Yeah, I follow you, yes, of course. Ye trying video so jina bani demo to me dan na ni kanchiro say nya no kore so jina dan no just say nkotompo ntro yeah, I follow you gap, I have follow you Fede so usu kwachi we etimbe jina bon treka chire Ghana for so because we say yeah we have short memory. Almost Ghana for a short memory. Almost Ghana for you were the bank, you were short memory. And then I'm so many say you were short memory, you know. The omoya ne say, nsɛm a ɔmo keka ya ate afɔ ɔmo kɔn ho a ɔmo hu kwa ɔmo bɛfa so nti no ɔmo ba na ɔmo bɛdi ntoro akyerɛ yɛn. Ɔmo ba na ɔmo bɛdi ntoro ɛde akyerɛ yɛn. Ɔmo ba na ɔmo bɛtwa nkontompo ɛde akyerɛ yɛn. Didn't American say, Fediso Usu Kwachi say, Mahama never gave timeline for ending galamsey. Timiyepa. Fediso Usu Kwachi say, Mahama never and ever gave a timeline for ending galamsey. But ye ko asye kakra ne ye hwede da ho ya. John Dalegat Dramani Mahama ni social contractor enam sumagana for koto aba edema no. Enye or say ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. Tio Mahama's first 120 days contract, Mahama's 120 days social contract with Ghanaians, you know. Papane can say he will ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserve in 120 days. Roll out our Tree for Life and Brew Water initiatives to heal and sustainably harm the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal miners into economic and ecologic recovery hub. Papa is no ban so be camp of forbidden trona chiro bebre. And so for this usu kwachi timi bejina Ghana for him say Mahama has never ever said he was going to end galamsey in time. Abusia ade we are making chire we it is part of the NDC social contract. But for the usu kwachi kontompo ni koromfo wudini etumi begina ho ebuwo eneme se ye jimifo ye nimu nyansa ye nkaya ade temiye pa. What hurt a lot then say George mahu why I'm looking at you. What hurt a lot then say this is a disrespect. This act of this man, it is showcase say or believe we say Ghanaians are fools and we don't even remember, we don't read and we don't understand what is written when we read. Because it is unacceptable, say, a social contract, I know my man is signed ye, but to me about 1 thing after 9 months, I be denying. So only a man for our contract, no. And this guy is the spokesperson for the president. It is very a shame. This is very, very, very a shame, and it's something that needs to be what addressed. Feriso Usu Kwache must stop lying and taking Ghanaians, assuming we are all like them. Na yento asune yenko yanim na yemfa nsem foforo emeremo tie video we na yento ado tie video we.
It must be for people who love this country and who understand
the state of emergency.
Yes, we have to declare a state of emergency and go back to the drawing board. We know what the problem is.
That was Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, who eventually became our Lands and Natural Resources Minister, speaking ahead of the 2024 general election. At the time, illegal mining had left scars Ghana had never really seen before. River bodies were poisoned, forest reserves were destroyed, and humans felt the horror of the menace. several mining communities recorded cases of children born with deformities and, in some cases, childhood cancers. The ruling party as of then, the New Patriotic Party, put in structures to handle the situation, but the opposition NDC had other plans, and President John Dramani Mahama, who was then the flag bearer of the opposition NDC, promised all of us a reset.
I can relate to the recent cynicism and massive mistrust you have in our body politics because the current government has been undeserving of your trust. The challenges of today might seem insurmountable, but I urge you to look beyond the present and dream with me of a reset Ghana, the Ghana we all want.
Months of campaign with calls by the NDC for a declaration of a state of emergency. Power moves to their side. 8 months down the line, President Mahama has his first meet the press encounter, and my colleague Joshua Kojo-Mensah asks him this.
I'm glad to hear that you personally are telling us that indeed steps have been taken to repeal LI 2462. But then I want to find out from you, the pro-environmentalist groups and then civil society, they want this declaration of a state of emergency. Where's the difficulty in declaring that state of emergency? Thank you.
I've been reluctant to implement a state of emergency in the galamsey fight because we've not exhausted the powers we even have without a state of emergency. We have the opportunity to arrest anybody, to confiscate any such thing. There are laws for forest protection and all that give us enough powers to be able to act. Implementing a state of emergency might sound nice, but it should be the last extreme, the last resort. So for now, let's exercise all the powers we have.
The government has indeed rolled out several interventions. The Blue Water Guards to protect rivers, National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat or NIMOS to coordinate enforcement, and police deployment under the IGP. But the IGP's men were later withdrawn, citing operational overlaps.
We called off the IGP's anti-galamsey task force because they are supposed to coordinate with NIMOS, that is the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. Unfortunately, they were not doing that.
Months on, many activists say the fight against illegal mining is failing. The matter has escalated to fighting irresponsible mining, an umbrella covering even licensed miners who are not conforming to best practices.
To ask for a state of emergency to be declared. What has changed? If anything, things have gone from bad to worse.
When it comes to the issues of galamsey and in addressing the matter, what we heard from him were all excuses. The way the galamsey issues has been addressed on the ground, the issue is escalating significantly.
So what exactly is the state of emergency? Under Article 31 of Ghana's 1992 Constitution, it can be declared when lives, public safety or essential services are under threat. It gives the president powers to deploy security forces, restrict movement and shut down harmful activities. These are steps many believe could finally curb the illegal mining menace. Just weeks ago, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, confirmed that armed miners had re-entered the Jimira Forest Reserve and Offensive Shelter Belt, areas that were recently recaptured by the states, and President Mahama himself confirmed this during his Meet the Press encounter.
Over the weekend, the Jimira Forest Reserve and the Anria Futu section of the Offensive Shelter Belt was reinvaded by illegal miners after these were handed back to the Forestry Commission. The military is currently working with NIMOS to repossess those reserves and establish a permanent presence in those liberated forest reserves to prevent re-incursion by illegal miners.
Activities of illegal mining keep intensifying. At least in recent times, we know what's been happening in the Manso area of the Ashanti region and Takwa in the western region. Clashes reported between the military and town folk. Need I ask, how much longer can the Ghanaian people wait for this ecological destruction to be completely eliminated? Well, this is Tutu Adanso reporting for GH1 Television and Star FM.
Eti abusiamfo se oti okujata brakwa in opposition. Se otiem we must do ban small scale mining for at least a good period of time with integrity of the president. Na Ghana for who we so koto abadema NDC amanyukuo. Na mebo video we chire wo say afei NDC for buy no. Afei mpo na galamsey na sha ase a ekosoro say Ghana yensuo no mo a. What would you say? Me Franco fi mo akwaba. Dia na obeka. Chire wo say yes. Enkrofo no omutu galamsey no. Omu ye NDC for. So could you tabra kwa say they said the galamseyers are sponsoring the NDC and other parties. Enye no kura. Bra panyini. Yeti say akwa we are friend. What is the name? Akwa kokono Kumasi. What is the name of the guy? I always forget his name. Oh, that Syrian guy. What is the name of the guy? Say chala me boni thing. Onu bejina badwa mu kan say ye hwehwe sika dia galamsey for ye good. Osi galamsey for na ye consider omo to be criminals no. Omo na ye adwuma ma Mahama ba akonwa so. Temiyo. Sa NDC chairman no Kumasi no. Akwa kokko no Syria ni Ghana ni no. Onu bi na no kan say eyomo galamsey for na sponsor Mahama ye adwuma ma Mahama ye dan ebe di Ghana konwa saa bre no ye hu omo so omo ye criminals enti adenti e na de Mahama be di akonwa na opese omra wona adwuma se we na kire how dishonesty the NDC leadership omo ye ene kwanya the NDC leadership emu Ghana for no more believe say Ghanaians are fools and any period of time election biano they can fool Ghanaians and they can get it through. And this amanyo kono person say Ghana for ye nimu nyansa ya Jimmy enti say Drew campaigner said the Mahama kaya no ye betimi atwa ntro de akire manfo na manfo na koto aba de amaye anya hwe ye bedi akonwa na then we do what we want to do. Yes, me mami Afro papa bi or say it is Yamin. Yes, Yamin ba bonte bekai. And they are actually executing what Mahama said. We food you through the campaign, and when we come in power, we do what we want to do. And Timothy Amanone, Moti Babina Moto Boba Park and so Mama Elizabeth Cham Mwakwaba. Na muye de and then people for ne to galamsey and no more by mo the galamsey situation is worse. And so among her, dear Yana say, ye will nipa bring more Ghana memoir, society ni community or motiano. Omo ne pipe wo ho. Omo ko sen so was sutinim no one. Omo ko sen so sutinim no one. Especially the western region. Ukuka, one of the most poorest areas in Ghana. Western region is part of it. And Uko Western region, ye will nkran kitibinu wudema pipe will be niho. They all drink from the river. That's a river in so enene. Ya turn no to tea. A natural tea I to say ya. Any papa ye den wa no munsuo. And the river see and I yedi mercury a good man I am unum sansu na enche na wo yare na wawu unyem na unum so ya obewo ba na oye sabi nyank monfa ncheme na oba ye ba fine sa na edibu omai bra na do ka se galamsey no enye partisan galamsey na ekoso no eni kwanse ye ni politics sikatu na manfu etu ne sa no it is not political a national canker Yenya Jimmy Fobrum betna bontin bit sami jamfunum kan say omo ne adaje omo ne esum ebedi agro. Okasa oni adaje oni esum ebedi agro. Do you know whom he was referring to? He was referring to say MPP4 esum ena omo NDC for no omo ye han. So they are not going to do anything with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo administration. Enti Nana Addo epe kwambi so a oba get rid of this galamseyers no na NDC for ehye omumu kanka se monye na ene be mo anwen ne election ena omo ye wie ya ebe ye wonde no kwan ben so na jimifo mo be fa so a mo be pam mo ayeye omo na ye adwuma maamo omo na ye de convince amanfo mo mkoto aba maamo omo na sponsor am campaign ene mo be ye den na mapam mo won se na eme mo na wo he amaboa wo nyankopon oye ne niema nyina pepepe. You are the land and natural resource minister. You have all the kutupus to take any action on the land because we are the minister of the land. You decide what should be done on the lands of the country. Be not your position, no. You were calling for what? State of emergency. And then Yankopon Chadie, Yechiche Abetiano, ye the land na person protect me, they show some. And then Wanuma Semaka Wanum, Unim dear, any and Cheche now de man anado a bind so Yanaka Tim Jimmy, Obetra media Nima na Wusu. Obetra media Nima, now I nim tuntum, when nim say I show prensa, na Wusu. Kwasi ampanyini yesi ankoto ayeda some mo president sama ye nimu atem ye bedi mo atem mo bedwane afra konwa no so because mo ma jimi dodo mo di bibia ye politics because mo ne nimde wa amanyo sem ho mo ye campaign a mo ne message enti nkwasi akeka ene nsema amfaso ni so ede o man no kwa ho kirem ena mo de ye politics. You Ronaldo catch John Mahama say on can on me drab bonting country Ghana for say he's against galamsey no. Papa will be journey penny some can say if he comes in power obibia yachiwa yeduwa kotum se waye galamsey biano or no obema waye obe you free obema amnesty because he was attracting the galamseyers to go and vote for him. What was saying se soldier for no police for no ko se omone galamsey for no kokko a enkrofo no muntu amedika biemo they go they come they crash with the military men because ye wo MPB or NDC ni on befa fo afre no so on kan che soldier for so omon san mo achi ye wo MC bi a ye be frɛ no aka che ne se a soldier for aba ha ono so befa fo afre kan se mon san mo achi ye wo district chief executive bi a ye betumi afre no amana fresh soldier for na power more free site. This is the situation in which we are now today because it is the NDC hooligans, any of ministers, any of MC for any DC for any two galamsey no war minum because ye no mining can call to me na yepe to me a bit to the export to cocaine. To me a bit to me a dear real miner japadia a dear Mahama Busia and no ne ye Ghana for and then a Mahama buying everywhere. Oh, Simon must say, why na modio umbeko galamsey tokwa musi brew water guide a hefwa as a man as a woman and kwasia phobia and sabia a job for the boys a Jimmy phobia or munhu pistol da or money or more mukita machine gun AK-47. Any two akese krek krokro the estimated 45 times omoni na ekoko hey na Mahama we a junkie wa ho ayo na Mahama bibi ha wa ho bibi ha uti on the hefo na ekoko galamsey one sa junkie for as a man as a woman for no de omko eden odi omko galamsey na galamsey side on ko ho da na se wonko galamsey site a ma memfonko galamsey site na kohwe etuo ni sekan ekita won etu akese ekita won na wo se hwan bodyguard for say he fool say some ye ma some ye me ma we no na de omukoko odi omukoko hwan we no na de omukoko de bay
national anthem
yantoba se nkrofo we na mahama so odi omukoko ayi no odi omukoko galamsey site yako amanfo kita machine guns akese no nkora we ye omoto bini ajibifo we ye omo hu tuo da omo no do omoko eco face machine guns any to akese hey Ghana for ye ho be rough ye dia boy ye mutuo ya nkase ya jai mamamfo de adwene de agro ya ton ye daache e de ma wona wonse na won fata sen ho sen komundi anim ene ne ne de ekonie there was solid Jimmy for solid Jimmy for they still believe in Mahama incompetency. That so in the media so defended Papa we incompetent president. Mr. I drank. Mr. I'm always done. I'm always drunk. Now Papa there Otimi kwaji deportees the bani krum. Hey Mahama, you're a very useless man. Meme ti abrochiro bebre yeso ti abrochire. We know say before an European country will decide to send you back to your country, it means you have committed a crime. Especially so ya Salum Sikane say the osanko kuromo a kire say uye wudini wa o se me bo bia ka kire me every the see echichi amam for her unkita nkrata na wankwa nkodi boni bia edene pass ye do be ko kurom ye chiwa wa bi se wasiki asylum. But John Danigadramani na no anka se na numu ton o se America ban se afi we sika omode beba Africa maimunu so entenam se so ntino e wo se Ghana for yem position ye ho in the manner America for ebetimi ama yisika kakra enti sa na tie dia okoji deportees de omo abagana maimu he me se sa papa no wahu yankopon ata so na betua neka very senseless and shameful man said the America for be mani sika ntino yen kwaji deportees info mo megu oman a yetime na Nigeria fo age abo omo so yen kwaji Nigeria fo ne Gambia fo ade omo ye ne wamanone bebre wi ton ene aduro ne nkwase asem na omo di ne wamanone a abrofo kro omo kita heavy security omo ntumi contain omo wojo Mahama ne uburu boys na mo beje sa nkrofo ndi aba okrom papa wa mani paweda ho na dabia o surprise yen emete ho say yes anyone who voted for you is actually somebody who does not deserve to be a citizen of the republic. Temiepa dabia ada de bechi bia papai o ma ye firi sorry say you and